So you've just landed at LAX and you're heading to Disneyland? Awesome. But that short trip can be surprisingly tricky. In this explainer, we're going to cut through all that confusion. We've got the expert local advice to make your journey from the airport to the magic super smooth and simple. Okay, let's just get right into it. Picture this. You've just stepped off the plane, you've navigated the terminal, you've finally grabbed your bags, and the excitement is building, right? The only thing standing between you and the magic of Disneyland is that trip to Anaheim. So on paper, it's just 33 miles. Seems totally straightforward, doesn't it? Yeah, but here's the catch. Those 33 miles, they're through some of America's most, let's say, unpredictable traffic. And that means your trip could be a super breezy 35 minutes, or it could be a grueling hour and a half. Seriously, that wild unpredictability is exactly why planning ahead is just so important. So how are you going to tackle this journey? Well, you've basically got 4 main options. Let's meet the contenders. All right, first up, you've got your shared shuttles. This is the classic budget-friendly option, and yeah, it can definitely save you some cash. But here's the trade-off. You're sharing the ride, which means you're also going to be sharing the time, making multiple stops for other passengers. That can make your trip a whole lot longer. Then, of course, you've got your rideshare apps. We're talking Uber and Lyft. They are super convenient, right? On demand. But they come with 2 huge wildcards, that unpredictable surge pricing that can make your fare skyrocket, and you never really know what kind of vehicle space you're going to get for your family and all that luggage. Taxis are always an option, waiting for you right there at the curb, which is great if you haven't planned ahead at all. But they tend to be a pricier choice than a lot of the others. And, the quality of the service in the car can be a bit of a gamble. And finally, we have private car services. This is kind of the premium option, where you pre-arrange everything, you get a fixed price, no surprises, and a direct, straight-to-your-destination experience. It just takes all the guesswork out of the equation. Okay, so those are your options, but how do they actually stack up against each other when you're standing there at the curb, you're tired from your flight, and all you want to do is start your vacation? This is where it gets really interesting. Let's compare them on the 3 things that matter most right after a long flight. How fast will I actually get there? How comfortable is the ride going to be? And maybe most importantly, is the price I think I'm paying the price I'm actually going to pay? So this table, it really breaks it all down nice and clear. A private car service? It wins on speed because it's direct. It's high on comfort and the price is locked in. It's stable. Now, shuttles are slow, not super comfy, but the price is also fixed. And rideshares? Well, they're kind of a mixed bag. Medium speed, medium comfort, but with that dreaded potential for surge pricing. You just never know. So, based on that side-by-side comparison, the source material makes a really clear argument for one option in particular, especially if you're traveling with your family or a group and you just want to minimize the hassle. The recommendation really boils down to these key perks. You get a direct, nonstop trip straight to your hotel. They track your flight, so they're waiting for you, even if you're delayed, which is huge. And you get a professional chauffeur and a comfortable vehicle with plenty of room. And this quote from the source just nails it. The goal isn't just about getting from point A to point B, right? It's about starting your vacation the second you leave the airport, without piling on a bunch of new travel stress. And this is especially true for families. I mean, having that guaranteed space for all your luggage, car seats, strollers, without the whole headache of trying to cram it all into some random rideshare car or coordinating multiple Ubers, that's a major win. Okay, so to wrap things up, let's look at a few killer tips from the source material. These will make your trip even smoother, no matter which option you end up choosing. Think of these as the pro tips. All right, here's your final playbook. 3 simple things. First, if you can, avoid those peak hours. I'm talking about staying off the roads between 7 and 10 in the morning and 4 and 7 in the evening. Second, no matter what you pick, book it in advance, especially if you're coming during a busy season. And finally, this is a simple one, but it's crucial. Always confirm you'll have enough space for your luggage. Don't leave that to chance. Ultimately, it all just comes down to this one question. It's a trade-off, right? It's your budget versus the value you place on a predictable, comfortable start to your vacation. So, how do you want to kick off your big adventure?